Hey there, everyone. Hello. It's Rita from It's Rita to the Rescue. See, I can talk low and she still barks. Thankfully, her medication came in and she's now back on it because she was like a psycho dog the last couple of days. Anyway, hi, how are you? It's Thursday. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Things just roll right along, don't they? And we are, what are we doing? We are going to continue on with our pop-up cards. And I wanted to take a break from those honeycomb type cards that we did, the hot air balloon and the the cupcake. And I'm noticing here I actually have saved several versions of that. I don't need several versions, so I got to delete a couple of these. So I thought that we would do this sort of different type of pop-up. You know, there's so many different kinds of pop-ups to make, and I was so glad to see that Cricut came up with this one, which originally I saw this design on Lori Whitlock, and I really loved it. I bought those files and loved it, but she had butterflies and she had flowers, but she didn't have a butterfly on a flower. So I thought that was pretty cool. And let's see, what else is there? No, so we're going to put this together. There's actually, it doesn't take too long to cut this out. It's so easy to put together. That I actually found it enjoyable. I got to tell you, I did not find some of those honeycomb ones to be very enjoyable. So so this one I'm really going to love. Yay! Who retired yesterday? Who is the person I want to make? Okay, wait. Who retired? Linda? I don't know who retired, but congratulations. Yay, now you can craft with me every single day. No excuses. Let's see. Yesterday was my son's birthday. He turned 16. We had a great time. I kept him home from school because you don't turn 16 every day. And we went to, we went to Malden, which is a city just outside of Boston that my grandparents are actually in a cemetery there. And, but we went there for Asian food. We went to a Chinese buffet because he wanted his clams, and what else did he have? Shrimp and clams and all kinds of different seafood. They always have great seafood, and he could also get his sushi, which is what he was looking for. So they have a wonderful sushi bar. So that was pretty cool. And then afterwards we went into the Asian market. I think it's called the 99 Asian because it's on Route 99. And so we went in there, and boy, was he in heaven when he saw all the ramen. There was a whole aisle of all different kinds of ramen, and I told him, hey, buy one of each and we'll go through and taste them all. And he said, all right, and he picked up a bunch. So you probably look for him eating his ramen. He loves ramen. But they also had beautiful produce and amazing, like, proteins, meats, whatever, fish, live fish. Wow, I was so impressed. I don't think I've ever been shopping in an Asian market before. I went in one in New York City, but I wasn't looking for anything in particular. So this was a new thing for me. And that was fun. And then afterwards I went to the cemetery because I hadn't been to see my grandparents' grave in a while. And because of my chemo brain, I guess, I forgot where the stone was. And so we ended up driving all around and I got frustrated. So I decided to call my cousin, whom I hadn't spoken to for a while. And it was just so much wonderful, just a wonderful experience. I miss her so much. So I'm going to make these cards, actually cut out 2 of them, one for her mom, my aunt, and my cousin Angela. I think she'll really, really like this card. So, before we get started, I just want to remind you we're in the final days of our September giveaway, the Bundle of Joy. We have a bundle of Joy, is a Joy machine, Cricut Joy machine, which I just love that little machine. And then everything you need to get started with your brand new machine. And you could win this. We've been giving these away once a month for the past 5 or 6 months. And we will continue to give away something big like this every month, as long as Cricut sponsors us, which I hope will be forever. And so, so get your name in. All you have to do is you have to follow me on Facebook and YouTube. And once you follow me on Facebook and YouTube, you just have to comment, like, share on any of the content on those 2 social media channels, and you can get your name in every day for up to 14 days. Well, we're down to like day 12. So get your name in if you haven't already. But if you've been following along today, this is your reminder to put your name in again, because I've found that people who put their names in frequently are the ones that win. And also, let's see, the other announcement is this Saturday, not starting this Saturday, but this Saturday, we're doing date night, 3D date night, and we're going to be working on some Dreaming Tree files. I don't want to overload the Dreaming Tree files, but these are really cool. They just came up with these jointed Halloween figures. There's a witch, there's a pumpkin, and then they had a skeleton, and what else? They had like a little spooky shack and stuff like that. So I'm going to decide which 2 things that we're going to put together, and we'll do that on Saturday. And that's the end of the week, right? Saturday's the end of the week. And then the next week we start a brand new week, and I'm not really sure what we're going to do. I was thinking, Thanksgiving type cards, or Thanksgiving or fall type cards. I know you guys love the cards, so I want to keep in the card theme for during the week. So today's card, no different. It's a butterfly pop-up card, and it is really clever. It's such a beautiful card. It's very thick when it's done, and here is the envelope. I did make the envelope for this one, so see how thick this is? So it's really super thick, but then when you open it up, there is your butterfly on your flower. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. And the only thing that I had a problem with was this piece here. It's supposed to be like a little flap where you can include a note, but the way that they had it scored, I thought I was supposed to fold it, but not really. So I'll show you what I mean when we get to that point. But this was actually pretty easy to put together. I'll just give you all the views so you can see. Really pretty, and you could do all kinds of different things with this. You could change out the colors of the flower and the butterfly. If you wanted a monarch butterfly, you could do orange and white, and you could change out this paper that I used for the inside, and what I did do is I cut out an extra one of these just plain without the thumb pocket. And so I'm going to show you. Yes, it's gorgeous. It really feels like it's floating along. I have so many people I want to give this to, including my friends, the butterfly friends that I have, because we do a butterfly way station. So without any further ado, I'm just going to start you off on this. And because I did not make a lot of changes here, so it's an easy assembly. Let us first start off with we're just going to start off with a blank slate, okay? And then we're going to go on over. This is our left navigation bar, okay? We're going to go to projects right here. If you haven't explored this, you should, because there are gazillion projects. Oh, and by the way, and there's some new ones in there. They add new ones regularly in the projects. By the way, Cricut just hit 200,000 images in Cricut Design Space. 200,000 images. I challenge anybody to tell me that Cricut Access is not a good value. 200,000 images that are free to use just for a $10 a month charge. And that doesn't include fonts. It doesn't include these projects, doesn't include the discount or anything else. So 200,000, yay Cricut for hitting that. And projects is just an additional benefit of Cricut. And just so if you've never been here before, you can also search by category. So here are all the categories. You just a drop down button and you can look at holiday or cards or coloring, clothing, home, sewing. I think they even have an Anna Griffin. Yep. All these different things. If you have a wedding coming up, I think there was a wedding. Maybe wreaths. All these different things. So cute. Anyway, so we're going to go here to projects, and on this front page, we're going to choose this one, the butterfly pop-up card. I'm going to like it. You know, I noticed that the like button's not working too well. Okay, so I'm gonna click on that and have a look at what it tells me. So there it is, and they're going to give me a couple of different views of it. And just so that you can see, I did the wrong thing on the inside back of the card. I was supposed to glue along there and not fold. So that's why I had a problem with that. But I'll show you what I did instead. And then all you need here, it's a 5x7 inch card. And all you need here is cardstock. I swapped out the inside cover for a patterned piece of cardstock. But the rest, I just did the colors, sort of the colors that they suggested. One thing I will tell you is when you're working on these brand new projects, because the images are so large in the description, you have to kind of scroll and then sort of hover at the bottom of each to see the corresponding image to the steps. So this is the end of step 1, which is gather all your materials and then hover down at the bottom. It's really annoying, but I think it's just something that could be fixed real quick. So anyway, we're going to just go ahead and hit customize. Or you could hit make it, really, because there's not much that you need to do. When it comes in with customized, you'll see it has a nice envelope. There is our little, I'm going to ungroup it. It's a 5x7 inch card. And then these are the pieces. So there you get, there's 3 layers of the flower. There's this, like the paper, like the, I don't know, the floral, no, the greenery part of the flower. There's your card. There's the bases. These are the bases. So envelope, card, and then this piece, which is the like where we're going to put our flower and our butterfly. We've got 3 flowers, and then this is our butterfly. Actually, this little piece belongs to the flowers, but it's cut Butterfly. I cut this out mostly in medium cardstock and used, let's see, I used a Cricut cardstock for the flower and for the butterfly, and then I used this real nice piece of, let's see, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So this is from June. I think it's called June Bug. I'm looking for it, but I can't seem to find it. It was a Cricut paper pack, deluxe Cricut paper pack that I bought recently, although I think I have that one. And it was cheap. It was like $3. So I bought a couple of those because you never know, and that was good. And I was able to get it for the $3 plus. I'm an Access member, so I got my additional 20% off and free shipping. And then I used my code and my link, which is the code is Cricut Chat 10, and I got an additional 20% off. So this thing came to, a beautiful paper for just a couple of bucks, really, just so probably like just $1.50 for. So definitely get over there because they're having sales left and right, and that's their get working up to the big push. So yes, there'll probably be some great deals come Black Friday and going forward, but inventory will be slim. Remember last year, everybody wanted a craft. So if you want to buy a machine or materials or anything, now is probably a good time to do it because they've got machines and stuff on sale. Okay. There's nothing I really need to tell you about cutting this out, so I'm not going to cut it out. I will tell you that the butterflies are, they're pretty intricate, so I did cut the butterflies on Intricate Cut. So I did use Intricate Cut setting for the black, but the rest of it I cut out with regular. So I'm going to bring you down because that's really all there is to it, is cutting it out and then putting it together. So again, where did my original go? Okay, so here is the really cute. It's very thick. It's definitely going to require extra postage when I send this to my auntie. And so it opens up and there it is. It's a little off base because there's actually two score lines to accommodate the thickness here. So you might have to just kind of, when you're folding it, fold it at both of those places so that it accommodates the thickness. And when you open it up, pops the flower and the butterfly. Butterfly is a light, as they say, on the flower, really cute. And the flower is really easy to assemble and just really easy. So let's start off with the card base because then we'll just spend the rest of the time on the flower and butterfly. So the card base is this. You see it has two score lines here. It has 1, 2, and that is because our card is so big. So you want to, it's just sort of giving it a little bit of a wider binding, I guess. So go ahead and fold it on both of those score lines, and then I would sort of match it up here just so you can do that. And then this paper I cut out from that Juneberry stuff because it had butterflies on it. So we're going to put this here and here. Now, the thing that I was confused about is that this is the right side piece, and you see that there are these score lines. So usually for me, when I do score lines, I fold all the score lines, and I was thinking, I wonder why they have that that way. But I did it this way, and then I was like, oh, I just glue down all three of these sides, right? Well, no. With this, you're supposed to just fold the score lines and put the glue on here like this. And then you can take your little note card with your whatever, your sentiment or whatever, which is a really cute little note card, and you put it in there. But I didn't do that for this. Instead, I just cut out 2 of the card fronts. You see, I'm sorry, the left side. I cut out 2 of the left side. And then if I wanted to, I will put that little thumb, what do you call it? The thumb, I think they call it a thumb cutout. All right, so we're just going to glue these pieces onto the inside, keep them away from the middle there, because there's going to be a lot of bulk there. And as I said, you could do it this way, because this is me messing up, by the way, not the way it was designed. I usually find that to be true. You could then take this and put this on the back, or maybe even like this. Yeah. And then you can put your little thing in there. So I'll do that, just so you know, because I messed this up. I wanted to do it right, but sometimes you just mess up. And so we're just going to put glue on where that dotted line is, or the scored line is, and I'm just going to put this in here. And when it's done, when it's attached, then you can put this in there, and so somebody can get the card and you can have this little message. Maybe you could even put a little "open me" on there or something, I don't know. And then they can pull that out. Okay, so that's just the card. Again, if you if you don't like the little thumb thing, then you could put it on the back. But if you do like it, then just glue along the edges and then have the thumbprint here, and so you can pull out. So let's put this aside for right now. There's our card, and while we're here, might as well make the envelope. So this is a cute envelope. I found a paper that I found from Park Lane. It was super cheap, and it's double-sided. It's called Park Lane in My Backyard. It's a small paper pack, but they were on sale for like $4 or $5. So, of course, I had to snatch those up. They were really cute, and I got it at Joann's. I guess Park Lane is Joann's brand, I guess. I've never seen them anywhere before. So we're going to glue these 2 flaps here. And then we're going to put the bottom flap. Don't put it all the way here, because you see that there is a cut. So just do it on the edges like this. I mean, you can go a little beyond those edges. And close that up. So now we have our card and our... Actually, this would make a really cute card just like this, but it's going to be even more spectacular. So there's the card and the envelope. Now let's talk about this. As I mentioned, there are three of the flowers, and I'm just going to show you. See how it goes large, medium, small. Okay, and the medium one has score lines in the middle of the petals, but that's the only one that has the score lines in the middle of the petals. So we're just going to fold where those score lines are. So in this case, we're folding, this was the large one, and there's the tab, which is where we're going to connect it, and then these inside tabs, which is how we're going to put it in the card. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. That's a little too much glue. All right, and we're going to line it up, and yes, it will not be flat anymore. That's what you want. You want it to be slightly curved, okay? So we're going to do the same thing for all 3 pieces. This one here is the middle piece, and note that the scores are in the middle of the petal, but not on the side like on here. So we're going to fold at all of those score lines. And this paper is Cricut paper, actually. I like Cricut paper a lot. Just wish that they would get it more in stock. All right, so here is where we're going to connect. So let's get a little bit of glue on there. I put a little too much glue. All right. Whoop, whoop. Somebody's out there. Okay, and here is the last one, the smaller one, and the score line is at the side of the petals. Again, there's a tab that it makes it even smaller, but it's open up, and we're going to glue again at this tab. All right. And you see they're not flat. They're already showing as dimensional, which is cool. All right, so we'll let those dry really well. And there you go. For this piece, which is where all the petals and the butterfly is going to go, there's really nothing you have to do, but do note that there are a lot of these slits, and unfortunately, these two are not very well defined. You might need to use something like your little hook here and sort of make it a little bit bigger, but it's pretty delicate, so don't like go stabbing it or anything. Okay, now it's time for the butterfly. Okay, so the butterfly consists of these 4 pieces, and they are doubled over. And you do need to make sure you're matching the correct one. So these two go together because they have a notch here and a notch there, and these two go together because they have the notches in different places, you see. And there is also some scoring that you have to do right here, which you can do before you even start putting the butterfly together. Okay, so we're going to take off the top piece, and we're going to actually glue this in and sort of sandwich it in, which I think is so clever. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on all these little, I don't know what they call, but they're like veins, you know. I don't know what they call that. I love butterflies. I just don't know too much about them. But anyway, get down here to the bottom part of the tail. I guess it's a tail. All right. And you guys will do better than me. I'm just, you know, showing you the basics. So we're going to put this on here. Nice. And then this is going to go over, so we're going to flip it over. But again, remember that the notches are going to line up. They need to line up for this to work. So we're going to put a little tiny bit of glue on all of these areas here. Whew. And I see a little part that didn't cut out. This would look gorgeous as a monarch butterfly. I think what I would do if I want to make a monarch is usually orange, and like that bright orange, and white. Also, coming up, the Dia de los Muertos is the Day of the Dead, which is after Halloween. I'm going to do a couple of projects for that because I just love the idea of the Day of the Dead. But monarch butterflies are kind of their symbol, or one of the symbols. If you've never heard of Dia de los Muertos, it means Day of the Dead, and it's a remembrance day. I never understood what it was until recently. So it's a sort of remembrance day, and I really love the idea because when we lose people, like for instance this year, will be 10 years since my father passed, and I want to do something special. He was a very full of life person, and just an amazing dad and friend. So I love the idea because he passed away on the day before Halloween. So I'm thinking I'm going to celebrate his life on Dia de los Muertos, which is basically a day of remembrance for, loved ones and family, and so we're going to do something special for that day. And I love that because even if you're not into Halloween and what all Halloween means and everything, we do need to remember the people that were in our lives that are no longer in it. And so I just think it's a lovely idea. It's a holiday that originated in Mexico. I think that's where it originated, and if I'm wrong about any of these things, it's because I'm a gringa. So so if I am wrong, then you guys let me know. But I just love the idea. Okay, so there's our two sides of our two wings, right? And then here's the body. Now the body has a crease or a score all the way through there in the middle. We want to do that, fold it. This part actually is part of the flower, so we're going to glue this together into a ring, and then we can start assembling this. Isn't this easy? Don't you want to make 100 of them? I do. I'm like, this one's my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. You can push these out, by the way, if you want to, the little stamens. This is my favorite. Okay, so now we're ready. We got all of our pieces together, and now we're ready. And you might be saying, what are these for? I'm going to show you what they're for, okay? So here are our two sides, and what we're going to do is we are going to use the second notch. See this notch and this notch? We're going to use the second notch, and we're going to cross this over just like this. All right. Then we're going to take our body, which is folded, and we're going to put it like on here on the first notch. Just slide it down. No glue, please. No need to put any glue here, except for what I showed you, because we want it to be able to move sort of effortlessly. Okay, so there's our very delicate, beautiful butterfly. So then we'll start with this bigger flower. And this piece is folded, by the way, in half. That's so we can put it on the inside of the card. So we're going to position this so that the tags, or these tabs here, are going to go in the farthest one away. You see that? Turning it over. And I'm going to actually glue those tabs in place. That's the first one. This comes together so quickly, and it's just so beautiful. All right, there's our first one. Then we're going to take the middle one, the one that has these inside of the petals, and we're going to pop that into the through that hole. The second slit, turn it over. It gets a little harder to hold on to, but you can do it. Put a little tiny bit of glue on that. Hold it down. We really want that to stick. And then this one, hold it down. Try not to bend your greenery in the process, but it's hard to do it like this. I mean, you could do it, but it's hard to do it like we normally do it. Third one comes in, same thing. It's going to go in that slot. And you have to kind of shimmy it into the correct slot. Might help if you do it from the back. I don't know. But there are 4 slots, but we need all of those, right? So let's see. Is this the correct one? Yes, this is the correct one. And see how I am gluing the tabs out, okay? Because the butterfly is going to be glued in. This goes in here. Okay. There we go. Hold it. Make sure that it's all going to stay. All right. It's coming along. Isn't it really pretty? Then we have, before the butterfly, we have this. Okay. And this is what these 2 pieces are for. So they're to cover up the green part of the flower. And so that the butterfly doesn't look green on the middle portion. So you just have to go in there and sort of place them in there. Don't cover the fold or the holes, okay? And then we take this one. I have to bend the tabs. This is just the stamen, and we're going to do that in the last hole, right? And we're going to glue those tabs. So, you know, just work it. Try not to pressure it too much because it's starting to get thick there. So you might have to do each tab by itself. All right. And then this is a really snazzy card. I mean, it's really nice. Okay. All right. And if you want, you can like press these out a little bit if you want. Is that on there? Good. Okay. Then we're going to take our butterfly, and you see it's crisscrossed, and we're going to put, I want to make sure I folded this. Yes, I did. Okay. So we're going to, it's double thickness, and we're going to put each one inside the last tab. This is a little tough, so be patient with yourself and with the process, okay? So there we go. And we are going to do glue on this tab and glue it inward like with all the rest. And then the last tab, we're going to glue it to the other side. So here we go. There's this one. Hold it and put a little bit of glue on this one and hold it. Okay, so your back should look like this on both sides. You see the tabs going either way. Then we're going to shimmy this one inside this opening, and this is what I was afraid of. You have to really make sure that this is the glue has really set, because if you start moving around the paper, it might come loose. So definitely make sure it's set, okay? Like that. All right. Then we can take our, what? Rita, you messed up. Okay, here. I can put this back together. So we can do that. So we're going to take these 2 tabs, again, and we're going to shimmy them through to the back. I'll put the body back on in a sec. And we're going to separate these like kind of like a brad, and we're going to put some glue on the bottom of one, and make sure you don't have to push it all the way in. You just want the tab part there. But again, it's getting a little bit difficult to hold that and get the glue to set. But so far, this has been super easy, right? I think so. This one is coming up, so I'll glue that a little tiny bit. And okay, so this we just have to wait for it to set. So we'll turn it over and sort of fluff the flower stamen, and now we can take our body and of our butterfly, and we can just slide it into those first slots. All right. Whoops. There we go. Now let's get our card. So here's our card and envelope. We're going to open this up. All right. And we are going to glue just the green part to the inside of the card. So we have to turn this over, make sure our tabs have really set, because this one doesn't seem like it has. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue all around this edge. And remember, it's a good idea to glue all these little pieces, because if you don't, when someone's taking it in and out of the envelope, it could rip. So I like to sort of glue down those free pieces. But if you don't, if you want to fluff them out, then you can do that too. But personally, I don't advocate it, at least for me. You could put some glue here as well. I'm just a little worried about this tab. Okay. All right, so now we are ready. We're going to position it right over the fold. That's important. So let's see that we put it over right over the fold so that we can then fold this. There we are. There we are. Press it all down. Now we have to test it before we put it in the envelope. So we're going to, now the first time you do it, it's going to feel like kind of delicate, but it just goes slow. As I said, it's very thick, but that's okay. Just put an extra stamp on there. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. Still, I need to glue some of this here, but that's okay. That's okay. Take your time and do it right. All right. And that, my friends, is it. Isn't it gorgeous? So easy. I put this together, right, in 20 minutes, and that was with me talking all the time. So once you get the hang of this, the only thing that's difficult about it is the fold, and that is, just at the beginning, because you want to train that paper to be able to fold on the folded edge like this, and it is a little bit thick, but oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? So beautiful. I'm ready to send it to my auntie. Well, I'm not, because I have to put my little sentiment, or I'll just say happy, whatever. I actually found out my dad died 10 years ago, but her husband, my uncle Matt, died 11 years ago, about the same time frame. So, you know, I think she'll really appreciate this. She really loves my cards, and I forget to send them to her. I don't know why, but wow, I think she's going to be super wowed. Super wowed. She's 86, 85 or something. Or maybe she might be 82. But she's my only remaining aunt on my father's side. And so I want to get in her kitchen and show you how she cooks. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. So I'm hoping to maybe do like a couple of videos in my auntie's kitchen. I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, that's it for today. Isn't that awesome? I just love this. Very, very pretty and super easy to do. I cannot wait to make a million of them. Tomorrow is the last day of pop-up week, so we are going to be doing the dragon. And let's go here so you can see. So why don't you go and go to your blank slate and do projects, and we will do this dragon, and he is got flames, and he's lighting the candle of a birthday card. So that's another one of those honeycomb cards. So we'll finish up the week with that. There are a few that we didn't do, but they are the same premise. There's the Christmas tree, there's the pop-up present, the snowflake, and the balloon. We didn't do those. If you want to see those, let me know. But I think we've kind of really gone over that. And if we linger too much time on here, then we might forget. We might get off track. So you can see, obviously, there's some really beautiful earth. Look at the paper dot earth. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of gluing, I think. All right, and so let's see. Next week, I also, all I wanted to tell you too is that there are a lot of pop-up cards in Design Space. These ones are really, really very detailed. But if you are interested in pop-ups, but these are not, they're a little bit beyond you, I wanted to mention that you could go to images here, all image sets right here. And if you type up pop-up, just type up pop, you'll notice that Anna has her own group of pop-up cards. So cute. There are these everyday pop-up cards, and then there are simple pop-up cards. I love these. I've done a couple of those for you. And there's also this here pop-up neighborhood down the bottom, which is, I think, mostly like little buildings that you can show. There's also a Christmas village one. I have to remember where that is. But these are supposed to be pop-ups. I don't see pop-ups here. Kind of weird. I don't see pop-ups. So that's an old one. But these simple pop-ups are easy and fun to do as well. So that's that, my friends. We'll see you again tomorrow. And we're going to be doing that gorgeous dragon, sort of cheeky dragon, blowing the candles on instead of out. In or instead of what? Blowing the candles on, right? Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again tomorrow at 9. And we'll be doing some crafting then. And we just keep crafting, enjoying our day. I hope you do too. Take care. Bye.